everybody to another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All, the show that's for Panthers fans by Panthers fans. We appreciate you for spending your Friday evening right here with the C3 Panthers podcast. If you would like to be a part of the discussion that we're going to have here today, join the show via the Streamyard link that I have pinned to the top of the YouTube and the Facebook chat. And we are going to have an incredible free for all as we always do. There's free agent news to talk about. We are going to give our own personal grades for the Panthers free agency class thus far. We're going to talk about, did the Panthers miss out on potentially adding a number one wide receiver in free agency? Does it look more likely that the Panthers are probably going to spend their number 8th overall pick on an offensive player? And so much more. We appreciate you for being with us. First up, you know him, you love him. He might tell you to shut the hell up. It's Panther Pickle. Pickle, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys? Today is a day that I'm happy with because I like all the free agent pickups. Could we have done a little bit better? Yeah, probably. But we could probably say that each and every off season that we've ever had.
True facts.
So
True facts.
it's all right. And listen, if you didn't get somebody you want, it's all right. And please don't rag another Panther fan because they wanted somebody and they didn't get them. That's kind of childish. We better than that.
It certainly is over here, you know, even though it does kind of devolve into mudslinging sometimes, you know. But look, man, this is that time of year. Everyone's really impassioned by their opinions. People think that the free agency period and the guys that we signed were really good. Some people think not enough name value there. We're going to talk about all of it. Next up, my Clemson brethren, my man Evan Jevin, back on the free-for-all. Evan, what's up, dude?
Yo, what's up, guys? Excited to talk some Panthers football with y'all. I'm excited. The chats and the some of the chats on Twitter were really good earlier, and I'm excited to continue those conversations here on the Friday Free for All today.
Yes, sir. Happy to have you. And next up, it's been a while since we've had him, but we have Michael Wydrick back on the show. Michael, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys? And yes, clearly what Pickle said is what I was going to say. I like these free agents. Hopefully we can make a playoff push this year. I'm hoping that we can, get something going, let Dan Morgan cook in the draft and free agency, and hopefully we can get something going around this franchise.
I agree, man. It is the time. A lot of outlets are starting to really just look at the Panthers as a legitimate contender. I know a lot of Panther fans are jaded to that sort of talk, but that's what we're going to do here today, man. We ask that you please hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell for every single time the C3 Panthers podcast goes live. Gentlemen, let me get everyone's opinion on the happenings around the Carolina Panthers free agency. Let me bring up the right thing here. StreamYard doesn't help me out no more. So this is an entire list of everything the Carolina Panthers have done thus far in free agency. And we're going to go through a little bit of all of it. But I'm going to go around the horn here, and I'm going to start with Panther Pickle. Pickle, out of all these players and all these signings, which one is your favorite? And do you think that what letter grade, rather, would you give this what you're seeing on screen? All these players, the amount that we signed them for, what letter grade would you rank this free agency class?
I would give it a B. I really don't like to go to the C's and the pluses. I'll just say a B.
Why is that?
Well, why? Because the Dan Chisna signing is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It shouldn't have happened. It's kind of a pathetic signing, to be honest with you.
Wait, who?
The wide receiver. The only wide receiver we signed.
Dan Chisena. Dan Chisena.
Anyway, he's It was just a dumb signing. I don't think. I mean, he did play last year. He had one catch, but he's like 28, 29 years old. It's kind of. I mean, what are you gonna do? You know, he's not a speed guy. He's just another possession guy.
Well, how about this, Pickle? We know he's not the answer that Panther fans are looking for at wide receiver. That's for damn sure. What's your favorite one of these signings?
My favorite pick is a guy on top that people say we overpaid for.
Treshaun Wharton.
Yeah, that's my favorite signing.
All right, man. Let me bounce the microphone around here. Evan, give me your thoughts on this free agency period, man. What letter grade would you give this, just overall, and what has been your favorite signing from this free agency period, and why?
I'm gonna give it a B+. I liked it. I thought we used our money well. Obviously, it's disappointing not getting Milton Williams. That was definitely disappointing. But I think overall, we used our money right. We still have a good amount of money left over, I believe, and we might not even use it. We might still. And I really like it. I thought it was good overall. I think my favorite signing, I think I have to go to Treshaun Wharton as well. I thought that was a good, I didn't really know who he was until we signed him. I thought that was a good, I can't think of the right word right now, but a good turnaround from Milton Williams. So you fail to get Milton Williams, you turn around, go to another interior defensive lineman and Treshaun Wharton, and he still has some good sack production. Like, some people didn't like it, but I thought it was a good signing. I mean, you didn't sign him to a crazy amount, and he's going to be good depth. And I like it overall how we have depth now on the D-line. And if we go out at number 8 and get an edge or interior defensive lineman and Mason Graham, or even wait until the second round to get one of those, an edge or interior defensive lineman, that's going to be a great situation for them to go into with those veterans around them and having that depth with them. And getting Trayvon Moehrig as well was a good pickup. I mean, I thought it was really good. Rico Dowdell, there's good stuff. There's still stuff that we need to get, but that's all right because that's always going to happen. We're another year away. We're still 2 years away. This offseason, and I would say next offseason, is when we could possibly start to be making those moves to where we are true contenders.
Well, and there's a lot of people that are already starting to predict that the Panthers might be a team to watch this year when you consider how Bryce played down the stretch, these serviceable defensive pieces that we've signed to this team. And look, for my money, there's no superstar signing in this class right here. But to me, these are all really good pieces that are going to be able to fill in right away. And to me, this sets up a lot of really good opportunities for Dan Morgan and Brent Tillis to be able to really upgrade this offense via the draft. Let me go to my man, Michael Weidrich. Michael, what did you make of this free agency period? What letter grade would you give it? And who is your favorite signing of the bunch, man?
My free agency grade would be, I'd say, an A-. Because like everyone's saying, like, we need to stop the run this year with the defense, and the defense has been slow. So that's why I like some of these picks. But my favorite player of the most of them would be Wharton as well. Because Warren would be able to, Warren would be able to help us. Plus, we're getting Derek Brown back. Hopefully he stays healthy this year. So, and if he is, then that's going to be, a good thing for us, because then we can hopefully hope that our defensive coordinator can, put these guys in the right places that they can be at, and hopefully we can stop the run. We can be, and shoot, I would even say this: we can go into the draft and possibly get another edge rusher, like what Evan was saying. Yeah. And, have somebody get after the quarterback and stuff like that if he's intended on passing the ball, depending on who we're facing this year,
Yeah. No, that's a great point there, man. This really opens up a lot of opportunities for us in the draft. I'm excited for this draft more so than I feel like I have been in recent years. I mean, even when we drafted Bryce, at a certain point, you knew that it was going to be Bryce, so it kind of took the excitement out of it. Now, especially after this draft, man, I feel like we're probably moving in an offensive direction, but that'll be a question for later. Let me welcome in my man Alex, A14 Panthers, holding it down on the West Coast. That's the left coast. Alex, how are you, brother?
Hey, happy Friday, guys. How are you guys?
Happy to have you, man. Welcome back to another Free For All. Alex, we have the list up in front of you. Give me a letter grade. What would you give this free agency period for the Panthers? And what was your favorite signing of the bunch, if any?
Yeah. Letter grade for so far, I'm gonna say B minus. I'm just because I know what gives it a minus is just that I know we were kind of excited about the Milton, thinking that we were gonna get him, and then it didn't happen, so pulled the plug on that. Obviously, would have liked to have like a sexy signing, like someone with a name guy. A lot of these guys you possibly don't even know. Maybe if you watch a lot of football. So that's why I give it a B minus. But why I give it a B minus as well is because, like you guys have alluded to, some of these guys, I love that they're young and they're going to be, development players. We could put them right in, and I think they're going to be good plug and play players for us this season. But
yeah,
my favorite signing probably, honestly, I think it's going to be, it's crazy to say this, but Brady Christensen, just because I think we were excited
about it, man. Talk about it.
Yeah, I just think that was something in Carolina that I didn't think any of us thought he was going to be coming back. So for him to come back, I love the re-signings, honestly, a lot of them. Even Austin Corbett, like bringing back our O-line, Cade Mays, all those guys, we're bringing that O-line back. And I know the focus for us this year, and I've been saying it, is the defense. So I'm excited about all these guys that they're bringing in, and obviously extending, our homegrown player, JC Horn. I think we've had a pretty good and busy free agency period so far.
No, man, dude, you make great points there. All excellent points. And then, starting it off with JC Horn and how much, that really kind of jump-started things. And then, dude, you mentioned Brady Christensen. How about that? The Panthers last year had not one, not two, but three starters at the center position, and all of them graded out to be tops in PFF for that week. And for the time that they played, they were, amongst the tops at their position. And the Panthers are bringing every one of them back. Austin Corbett coming back. Cade Mays coming back. Brady Christensen, the Swiss Army knife, coming back. I'm loving it so far. I think this is building up to be a very, very interesting draft because of it. Let me go to my man, Vegas Drew, back on the free for all. Drew, what's up, man? How are you, bro?
Doing good, guys. How you doing?
Doing good, brother. What do you make of this free agency class? Give it a letter grade, and what was your favorite signing of the list up there, man?
I'd probably be like everybody else, for the last one, probably B minus, I'd say.
Okay.
I think my favorite would probably be Trevon Moehrig. I mean, I'm out in Vegas. I liked him. I was really hoping that we're going to get Spillane. I thought that those two together, there was really the only bright spot. I remember watching the Panthers and Raiders game, and dang, those guys are just everywhere, especially in the run game. So I'm pretty happy with him. All we need now is a good, solid free safety that's got coverage skills. Trevon's got some coverage skills, but he's not a thumper, but he's a solid tackler, and he's a good blitzer.
Yeah.
Something we haven't really had from the safety position, in a while, unless you want to count what's his butt that just got cut. But I'm actually more happy that we didn't get that the dude from the Eagles. How's his name now?
Joe Milton.
Yeah. Not that he isn't worthy of a pick, but it's almost like last year where we got rid of Brian Burns, and what we ended up turning Burns into two solid guards.
Yeah, and we did the same thing this year, man. We were able to get Wharton and Bobby Brown for under the price that the Patriots are going to be paying Joe Milton Joe Milton for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, and Milton,
Or
he
Milton
was,
Williams rather.
yeah.
I said, but also, you know, he was on a stacked, I'm talking stacked Philadelphia Eagles defense. He had dudes all around him. I feel like we still don't really know who Milton Williams is. Is he that type of player when he isn't surrounded by talent? I don't know. I think the Panthers got the better end of this deal. New England had deeper pockets than us, and they were just able to outbid us. And I'm glad that Dan Morgan didn't get into an ego match and continue to go higher and higher and then handicap themselves from making the other moves that they made, like Trevor Moore, like Bobby Brown and Wharton to come later.
That's the part I agree.
Can I say something real quick, Cody?
Yeah, man, let me welcome C-Dog 1983 back on the Free For All. C-Dog, what's up, brother? How are you, man?
Man, I'm good, man. TGIF, man. Hope everybody
Yes,
had a
sir.
great
Thank
week.
God it's Friday, bro.
Real quick, man. Keep pounding. Whenever you come in here, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the great content. They go live every goddamn Tuesday. They got the free fall every Friday. They got the game simulation on Saturday. And they got the game recap on Sunday. But real quick, man. Everybody complaining about the Milton Williams. How are y'all mad, man? We got more players. We got more bang for our buck. You know, when I go to the grocery store, while I go grocery shopping, anytime they have a BOGO of an item that I want, I'm going to spend my money because I'm going to get more for my money. You know, we could have bought in Milton Williams, but we want to have we want to be able to bring in all the players we brought in, like the linebacker from the Rams. We brought in Bobby Brown. I mean, we brought in the guy Patrick Jones. Like, man, we're stacked. And we went and got Trevor. And we signed both of our corners. The only signing I really didn't like was Austin Corbett. Austin Corbett stayed injured, and he's getting up there in age. But every other signing, like,
how much are we paying Austin? I haven't seen the number.
I haven't even seen a number. Yeah, I feel like it's still. I don't know if they even announced it yet. I know they said they re-signed him.
I don't know either, but
it's got to be like an incentive laden. Like if he plays so many percentage of the snaps, he probably catches more money. I'd imagine that's probably.
So that's a good question. Who do y'all right now, if you had to make a bet as to who is going to be the odds-on favorite to be the starting center for the Panthers, now that you have Cade Mays, Brady Christensen, and Austin Corbett back in the building, what dog are you backing in that race? Who are y'all saying is probably going to be the center come game 1, 2025?
Probably Cade Mays, to be honest. Yeah,
I think
just because he played, like, I would say Corbett, but I think with how Cade Mays played to end the year, I think right now it's him in the front. It's really close because they all played really well. But I think
jobs to lose. That's what you want to say. It's his job to lose.
Yeah, Cade Mays is number 1. Austin Corbett's probably number 2, and then Brady right now is probably more depth on the O-line, but could move into the first slot of the center spot.
Yeah,
I can see him giving Corbett first run of it. Like they're like seeing if Corbett will do anything, and then if he's just like average, then you go, because I said, like, I bet that he's incentive laden, and I bet. If he's not really making a different impact, then they go to Cade Mays, because then they could just get out of his contract and not have to pay him all those probably incentives that are probably that are in Corbett's contract.
Yeah.
I see Cade Mays start because he's younger. That's what I'm saying, man. With this regime right here, we going young, man.
Let's go whoever's better, whoever's playing better. I bet. Like.
We're definitely going into a competition, and it depends a great deal. Cade gives you more power than Austin gives you, and Austin's had the same injury to his leg two different seasons, so I would imagine he's lost. Plus, Austin is a little older. Corbett's a little older, so
yeah,
exactly.
I also get a feeling. I have a weird feeling that we might be trying to make a trade or make a move with one of our tackles for some reason. I just have that weird.
Why would we do that?
What do you mean?
Like trading one of ours away in like a package deal to get like what's his butt from the Bengals, or you know what I'm saying. I just have a feeling like That's why they didn't read.
Get who
That's
for
why
the
I didn't.
Bengals? Hold on. Get who for the Bengals, sir? Get
Let
who?
me
The
find
DN
the rumor. Trey Hendrickson.
Tranderson.
I would love Trey Hendrickson, but I
You
also
don't got
believe.
Trey Henderson money. Are you serious?
I don't.
But hold on. Let me
He's got a
respond to you,
year.
though. I don't think that they're going to trade the tackles for the reason of. I think the reason why they signed all the depth pieces that we had from last year, they want to give Bryce the same continuity of the same offensive line. I believe that's true for Taylor Moton and Kevin Kwanu. I don't know if there's any more big moves left for the Panthers to make right now. Not big ones. I mean, if you were going to give up anything for either Tee Higgins or Trey Hendrickson, you're talking about probably giving up the 8th overall pick in order to do so. So I really don't see
Higgins,
them.
yeah. Hendrickson, no. He's just he's old. He's getting older. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I just have it just was like a weird. And then they're like, oh, we don't need to renegotiate Timo's contract. And I'm like, oh, maybe you could do if there's some high price guy that's got a year left, you could match his their contracts match up. I'm just saying I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying I could see a world where you're leaving that as an option. And then if you get into, the draft and you're like, oh, okay, we didn't use this option. Now we could restructure Moton's contract. I'm just saying, I think they didn't restructure his contract just for the idea as if, something comes up that they would see an opportunity. Just a thought, I don't know.
Contract just to get more money, man. To get more.
I don't think we want to do it. I'm just saying.
We're not trading no lineman, man. That don't make no sense. The trade.
Yeah,
period.
You're ridiculous if you don't think that they would at least entertain a deal if someone contacts you. There's a lot of teams.
Why would we do that? When Bryce played good last year. Why would we do that? Why would you change up anything with the line? This man been playing
because we also have the 8th overall pick, and you could get probably the best lineman out there in the draft. Not saying that he's going to be better, but if you're really trying to go younger, I'm just saying I could see a path that they would trade one of them.
So look, how about this? I'm going to pivot the question away, but also to a similar matter. So there was a lot of rumors by a lot of people making up bullshit that the Panthers were in on Tee Higgins and they were going to make this happen. And listen, if you're someone who believes that, that's fine. But as of right now, it's being reported that the Bengals are probably getting ready to sign major extensions for both Jamar Chase and Tee Higgins. Jamar would probably be the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. But Tee Higgins was really sort of the last bastion of hope that a lot of Panther fans had for a wide receiver one in the offseason. My question is, did the Panthers make a mistake not going after a wide receiver one? And do you feel like they made a mistake not attempting to go and be more aggressive for someone like a Tee Higgins?
No.
Let me go first.
All right, we'll go C-Dog and then Evan.
I'm gonna say no, man. Cause first of all, we already got receivers, man. We got Thielen, got them XL, and got them Coker. Shit, Coker could be the goddamn number one. I'm not with the trade no goddamn pistol with no goddamn Tee Higgins, man. What Dan Morgan doing right now, finally got them Tupper and let Months do their goddamn job. Everybody should got to be happy about this shit. Cause before we got them Tupper always got them trying to do shit. Or got to put his input on the shit. Now I got them Dan Morgan running this shit. So everybody got this to be fucking happy right now. Cause Tupper's sitting back and shut the fuck up. Like, what the fuck wrong with y'all, man?
Tupper feels like he's an afterthought at this point. I don't think
Dan Morgan is fucking cooking. I cannot remember in the time that we had a goddamn free agency this good. I'm talking about he hit everything. Like, really, Dan Morgan could trade back in the draft. I wouldn't even be fucking mad. And then real quick, I give us a fucking A+ for the free agency. We got the best safety in free agency. He can cover and he can come down in the box. So Trevor Morgan can play free safety and strong safety.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Man, come on, man, y'all tripping. Then we saw both of our corners, and both of our corners locked up. So for the next two years, we got two goddamn corners. They still in the same goddamn system.
Yeah, J.C. Horn and Mike Jackson. Yep.
Yeah. But hold on, let me finish real quick.
Oh yeah,
Then you
gotcha.
bring
My
in
bad.
goddamn Bobby. Then you bring in Bobby Brown. You know what I'm saying? Derek Brown got some help last year with Alshon Robinson, but now with Alshon Robinson, Derek Brown, and Bobby Brown at nose tackle in that 3-4 defense. Who you got there gonna block? Who you got there gonna double team? Man, they're gonna be eating that shit up. Man, we about to be eating that shit up like back in the day, man, when we had goddamn Edwards and shit and Rucker. You gotta have a goddamn D line. Maybe we got a real fucking D line now. That's what I'm saying. Everybody talking about Milton Williams.
Let's go.
If we would have brought him in, you wouldn't be able to bring in all this goddamn players, all this talent we brought in. Then we got to brought a motherfucking Rose Boom. You know what I'm saying? Kaboom, whatever this goddamn name is. Like, man, hey, man, Dan Morgan been motherfucking cooking. I'm loving this shit,
Let's
man.
go.
I'm fucking loving this shit, man.
I'm loving it
Everybody
too.
sitting back and just goddamn enjoying this shit, man. Defense wins games, man. And then last year we didn't lose some of them games because of the fucking offense. Because the only game we lost was to the Eagles. The XL dropped the fucking ball. That's the only game we lost because of the fucking receiver. You know what I'm saying? In the game.
My man Dan Morgan
We had a
was out there
fumble too.
fighting. Dogs.
I guess
And
receiver
listen,
though.
see, dog, you made all the
I'm
great
talking
points.
about the only game we lost last season because of a receiver was
Oh
when
yeah, I
XL
gotcha.
dropped the
I know. I
ball.
corrected myself.
So
You're right.
let me, yeah.
Hold on, let me
Well,
just,
let,
I'm almost done.
yeah, I
saying.
was about to,
My
let me go to Evan real quick. And Evan, look, C-Dog made a bunch of great points. Are you feeling the same way about it, though? But also, let's go back to the wide receiver thing. Do you think that the Panthers made a mistake not being more aggressive to get a wide receiver in the free agent period? Or maybe are you still hopeful that there's some time left for them to do so still? How are you feeling?
I don't think they made a mistake not getting Tee Higgins. I love T, but I don't think I would pay him $30 million. And we need a guy for Bryce. We do. I'm not saying that we don't, but I think there's other priorities, and we need to take care of those first. And there is still an opportunity to get a number one in the draft. I mean, you still could get a guy who's a number one in the draft. I don't really think we will go Tet or a possible number one guy there, but I wouldn't mind it if we did. And I just think it was good that we didn't, or we haven't yet gone for a number one. There isn't really much out there in terms of number one guys. I mean, you got Brandon Ayuk out there, but he's coming off an ACL tear. You have Tee Higgins, obviously, and he's wanting $30 million, even though he's played really well. I don't know if he's played good enough for $30 million money, but yeah, I feel like we've made the right moves. And like I said, I'm not saying we don't need a number one receiver. We still do, but we still also have young guys who we haven't fully seen. They had rookie, especially Leggett. He had rookie lows, but that's going to happen. It's his rookie year. And if this wrist thing really is an issue, then we'll see it this year. If his drop thing is an issue, we'll see it again this year. But it was his rookie year. Come on, like, we can't be saying he's a bust already.
I agree. He needs more time to really show what he's made of.
Right.
To get healthy, to feel better. Pickle, let me go to you, man. What is your opinion on this wide receiver thing? There was a bunch of names out there that we could have been connected to. DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins could have even been in the situation, but none of that transpired. Did we make a mistake, or do you think that they're looking more towards the draft to fix this offense?
Well, I think you definitely have to add a receiver at some point, but and now they've got a few young guys behind. You got three guys, and God forbid an injury happen, you're sunk. I would prefer to add through the draft. I don't think there's anybody in free agency worth getting. Tee Higgins, the Bengals don't want to trade him. They've already said they don't. They've said it from day one. They didn't want to trade him. They're pretty adamant about it. So, and they're not budging on their prices. DK was hattable. I believe that we did make some calls up there. I believe that we were maybe close to it, but in the end, the Steelers were more desperate than we was, even though they don't have a quarterback, so they got it. Now, that being said, I I am going to agree with Evan. I think receivers a need, but it's not a big need. I beg everybody to remember Dan Morgan and Dave Canales still feel that XL can develop into a number one receiver. They still feel that. So the fan base is not going to change Dan Canales or Dave Canales and Dan Morgan's mind. So no matter how much some people want it to happen, that's just not going to happen. Their goal was to rebuild the defense. I'm happy with the defense. If and listen, I don't think if a certain receiver falls to 8, maybe they draft it. I don't think that they're going to kick and scream and grab a receiver at 8 just because people think that's the only need we have. Folks, you got to remember, we only have 2 safeties on this roster. Okay, 2. We have Damani Richards, and we have the guy we just got from the Raiders. That's it.
Yeah.
We don't have nobody else. Okay. Not counting the rookie we drafted last year, Smith Wade, or Horn or Mike Jack. We don't have any depth at corner. We got somebody named Evans and somebody named Bartholomew. That's all you got after that. Okay. And let's be real here. I like what I heard from the Rosenboom guy we got, but I'm not 100% certain how great he is. So you're not going to convince me we still couldn't draft a inside linebacker. Okay.
Yeah.
I was
going to be starting with Trevor Wallace.
I like Trevor Wallace. I'm just.
Yeah, we need 2
Trevor
inside
Wallace
linebackers, though.
I'm not saying. Let me finish, please. I understand what you're saying. In a 3-4, you always go out with 2 linebackers.
Yeah. Yes,
Starting
sir.
linebackers. And I'm just saying, Josie Jewell, he was good in spots, but last year under contract, and he's almost 30. So I'm saying if you draft a linebacker, even if it's behind them 2, you're still in good shape that way for the future.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I'm not mad.
Hey,
Everybody.
yeah, go ahead.
My bad. I just want to say everybody talking about Jalen Walker. Like, really, if you draft a linebacker, I want to draft a middle linebacker. Man. I don't want to draft no outside linebacker.
Right.
Like,
And
that's all I want to say.
Jalen Walker played both in college, and that's kind of going to be, if they take him, everybody's going to say, all right, what position is he playing? Because college played both.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
If
let me
linebacker, it would be that Alabama middle linebacker.
So hey, let me bounce the microphone around a little bit. Let me get my boy White Chocolate Espresso back on the free for all. Kev, what up, dude?
Yo, what's up?
Chillin', brother. Talk to me about this receiver debacle, man. I've been
What do you
seeing
mean debacle?
Hey, did we make a mistake not getting another wide receiver, bro?
No, because I already knew this was going to happen. I already told y'all. I've been telling y'all all off season.
Yeah.
What happened?
I told folks Tee Higgins wasn't leaving Cincy. I told everyone
Our best chance is probably Diggs, but
The problem
No,
with Tee
you get-
Higgins is he's a 2. He's like a high end 2 receiver. Like
And,
he's
like,
not
some-
super fast. Like
I'm
he
not
wouldn't
gonna
need.
say that.
Like he wouldn't really like. I don't dislike him. I just don't see where he'd fit in on the team.
and we
Like, I
also
don't-
XL.
I like our,
We already got a big motherfucker.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
what I
our
mean.
first.
Like,
I like our receivers cores as it is. I think they need to grow. I think we called Derek Brown a bust after year 1. We called Chuba a bust after year 1. You know, we keep calling these guys busts after year 1. We got to give them a chance to grow. Let Coker and XL grow.
who called Derek Brown the bust?
I mean, there was talks about him not living up to his potential.
Yeah,
It wasn't until
That's
like year
what-
3.
that's why I thought that Eagles guy made a mistake. Like I think he's gonna disappear in obscurity. Old Milton,
He
and
could be the
With
Tony Ely.
well, I think he's going to disappear over in New England because he's going to start getting
Yeah,
double
he's
teams.
gonna
Cody
guard.
was saying that
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
Like he was the man. He wasn't even the best player on his team. He had one big, the Super Bowl he popped.
he didn't
But
play
like,
it.
but
he
like,
About Milton didn't start, but about 30-40% of it. He
that's what I mean.
he was the
He's
number.
unproven. He's got potential.
So
He could be Coney Ely. Remember Cody Ely?
Yeah.
And Cody
I-
Lee was
I
the
think-
DN.
and I heard a Patriot beat reporter speak on XM radio after they signed him. He said, and I quote, he said the Patriots were willing to go to $30 million a year for him. So
Yeah,
they
they're
were
crazy.
Like I just didn't see. Like I'd see more from.
Wharton. I actually like Wharton better than I like Milton, so I'm good.
Well, even that, like everybody's like, "Oh, you overpaid on Wharton." I was like, "Well, you got to realize too, you have the Carolina tax. Like when you're
I don't think
not that good, you have to incentivize."
Anybody. I don't think anybody was overpaid. I think we made good deals. All the person
I
overpaid, I
agree.
feel like was Joe
You know,
Warren. That's it.
I agree, Cito. I do.
We paid. I don't want to say we overpaid them, but we paid slightly over market value for them because we have to. It's not a bad thing. It's just it's like we paid over market value. But if they hit like the guard did, if like Hunt, everybody remember we were on here last year. Everybody was talking about how much we overpaid for Hunt. Like, oh,
Well,
Hunt's
let
not
me
worth
ask
that
this:
much.
what player would you say we overpaid for? Like which one specifically?
I'm not saying that's a you guys are misunderstanding. I'm not saying they're overpaid. I'm just saying we paid over market value for them, but we have to.
I
Yeah, but that's
understand.
also what everybody does too.
But that's,
For
And
all
by
of
the way,
them,
Cody, I would
for
trade back
all
to
the
these
D
guys.
linemen, we paid more than what anybody else would have paid them. Because
I don't know about
why
Patrick
else would you
Jones.
come to
Pat
Carolina?
Jones, what is he getting? $7 million a year? I mean, he had a heck of a year this past year. Pat Jones.
He had
Wharton,
7 sacks. I mean, he wasn't even a full time. I'm not
Yeah, he wasn't
dissing the guy.
full-time.
He's going to be a good rotational piece. We have that's the
Yeah,
thing.
he
We have,
doubled a
years,
lot,
not
too.
bad for a rotational.
we're
piece.
buying.
So right now, remember that Milton, the other guy that
Williams.
we're going to sign, Milton Williams, the fact that we were able to get Treshawn Wharton and Bobby Brown for the price of what it would have cost for that one player, like that's a big time value to me. And again, like I feel like some people are upset that there aren't enough name value players, but I mean there really weren't even a ton available. Like, that's what I'm saying.
The one guy that we maybe overpaid was Trayvon Moring, just because he got more than Javon Holland, and I would say Holland was better than him. But that's because
he's a little older too, though. I guess that's probably.
Why you think Holland better? Man,
I would've taken
he overall is better.
I would have liked to taken them both. Honestly, that's what I was hoping for. But
No, I'm not downplaying Morey. I'm just saying Javon Holland is better, which so far for the past couple of years,
better in coverage or tackle. Better in coverage or tackling. In the run game.
Coverage. He's way better in coverage.
Probably both.
Okay,
but no, that's just a true statement. I didn't more.
I don't think he's better. I don't think he's a better run stopper. I think he's a better cover corner or safety.
That Trevon Moore, the reason he was brought in was because of how good he is in defending the run.
Hey,
He's also more versatile. He's played slot. He's been all over the place.
He can
Cody, can I ask you a question?
He had 10 deflections last season. That's coverage.
Yeah. Let me.
He can't hit hard or tackle. I'll just put me a cornerback there.
Yeah, he had two interceptions and 10 pass breakups, didn't he?
I think Holland's a better cover safety, but I think Morig's better for us.
Well,
he fits our need more.
But Holland wasn't coming here anyway. If you watch
I'm just saying.
Right after he was talking to a reporter, right after he signed, he said, "Oh yeah, New York was always on my top list. My girlfriend's from New York, and she has."
Well, they always have preferences.
He took the dumbass to New York. Y'all talking about y'all want a fucking sip. Y'all want a fucking sip on the team. We need goddamn dogs. He talking about he went to New York because it's goddamn.
Let me go. Hey, hold on. Let me go to my boy White talking. White talking. Ask you a question, and then I'm gonna introduce somebody.
With the lack of depth we have on this team, doesn't it scream that they're going to trade back for more picks?
Yeah.
Well, but that's also weird though. Like, where do you?
We're only missing depth.
Somebody
let me ask you. Well, let me ask. Where do you feel like we're missing depth specifically?
Corner, linebacker, safety, tight end.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably running back too.
I
We
would
only have
love.
Running back, probably not anymore.
I
I'm
mean, we
on.
only have two
Draft
running
one
backs,
still,
right?
but
I'm on record as
I
having
said
saying this
D-line.
I think
before.
we have 3, but one's probably
I want to trade back. I want to potentially get another first
And get a
round pick
linebacker, get
in
that Alabama.
2026. Yeah, get a
I could see us,
linebacker.
I could see us doing Cody's dream, trading back with like the Cowboys or even a little bit farther, and then drafting Warren.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm saying.
I think the positive thing about all these free agent signings is that those are a lot of
get us another
solid
Greggy. Get
players.
us another
Like we're
Greg
not
Olsen.
we're not depth. Like the players that are there's a bunch of now that we could just fill in depth pieces like this quality D line and some edge guys that are later that are not top 10 dudes but are in the top part of the draft. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
sure we're
if
going
you
to
get
sign people after the draft too. Like,
yeah, for sure. But I think if you get Tyler Warren, like if you get the best tight end in the draft and you get extra picks,
He could be our
I mean,
next Greg
shit.
Olsen. I mean, yeah,
That's
like
not a bad.
if you trade
I'm not
back
against
and
it.
you get another second, like an earlier one by trading back, that's awesome. I mean, keeping
Yeah, then you
all of
could
our
get a
other
safety
picks,
or anything.
yeah, like then that would be the best case scenario for us, honestly. Is trading back a few picks, maybe early to mid-teens, and then getting another second. That would be amazing. And getting
So
Tyler Warren with that pick.
I'm about to welcome someone into the show, but before I do, listen, boys, I can't
Omaha
lie.
Buster.
I have been researching more and more of Tyler Warren, and man, let me tell you, boys, thinking about what this dude could do in our offense. I don't know. I'm just saying, boys. I know normally we don't like the tight end in the top 10 picks, but I'm not too mad at this one. Let me welcome someone into the show. It's my man, my brother. Wouldn't be a free for all without him. Cole back in the building. Colby, what's up, bro?
What's going on, Cody? Like, boys, how the hell is everybody doing?
What's up, man?
Chilling, brother. Hey, man, tell me,
Sure.
what letter grade would you give Panthers free agency thus far, man?
Y'all aren't gonna like my answer, but I think Dowdell saves like maybe a couple plus minus grades for me. Like that really finished it strong. I wasn't happy with anything else really other than that. I'm gonna be quite frank, but I will be happy with injecting 1,000 yards into our backfield. I can't bitch about that, so I kind of dropped my bullshit after that. But we'll see. I've been sold on shit before many, many times, and they've fallen flat on their face. I just hadn't seen the name yet that jumps off the board that's going to give us 3, 4, 5 more wins and get us to the playoffs. Me personally.
I mean, I was really on the Mason Graham train, and to a large
The
degree,
reward, Cody. We're gonna be
yeah. I mean, to a large degree, I still kind of am. But the fact that we went so heavy at defensive tackle,
No, don't be scared of that, Cody. Don't do that.
no, you're
It can
right.
still
It's not
happen.
enough. It's not enough to move me off of a player like
Yeah.
Mason Graham. However, I do think that he's probably not going to be there by the time we're picking at number 8. So that's like Mason Graham is my 1A, but Tyler Warren probably my 1B at the moment, just because of the versatility of what he could do. Michael, let me come to you. Did you think that the Panthers made a mistake not being more aggressive with getting wide receiver for Bryce in the offseason?
I would honestly say no, because to be frankly honest with you, we need to oh my god, what's the word I'm looking for? Okay, honestly, I wouldn't say we need to draft a receiver in the first round, because I feel like we can do more on the defense. Because yes, we do need a safety in depth. We do need corner. We do need all these defensive holes made. So I would pretty much say we either go outside linebacker or possibly corner or safety, whichever one. But the player I like in this year's draft is from Kevin's school from South Carolina. What's his name, Kev? If you can help me out here.
Who Kev dropped out? Is it the safety, Nick Amenawari?
Yeah. I like him a lot.
Yeah, Nick. He was also one of the top performers at the combine. Ran a 4.3 something, 6'3", fast. No,
how is he a coverage, my guy?
What was the stats though? Yeah.
I genuinely don't know. I'm asking. Is he a good coverage corner as well?
in coverage, I'm not entirely sure. I do
safety,
know
safety,
that.
not a corner, my fault. Yeah, but still, that's a valid question.
Yeah, but I mean, I do think that he has the versatility to play a little bit of everything, though. But I mean, dude, there's lots of different options, and I've said on the show before too. If we go edge rusher, I would prefer if we're gonna draft an edge rusher, move back a little bit, and to me, that's where both of the Georgia linebackers would be more in play. Um, Jalen and Mikael Walker. I think those would be better options in the teams because I don't know that they have the stats and the production to warrant that top 10 overall pick, if you will.
I think it should be one of those two. Well, that wouldn't be bad, Cody. We need a damn thumper at linebacker still terribly. I know we got dude that had 100 billion tackles, but you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Maybe we do pull another Luke Kuechly and draft Jahad Campbell that high.
And you know what? I would have screamed at you for that a month ago, but I'm down with that now.
Yeah,
I really am.
I would be all right doing that. And
You're on the little piggy coming out.
Or
If you drafted me, I have to go jihad.
Oh yeah.
Or what if we trade back, get Tyler Warren, and then if we were to get like an earlier second round pick, take Jahad Campbell if he's still there, you could possibly have your future Luke Kuechly.
Evan, you pulled that off. I'm gonna give you the keys to the kingdom. Jesus Christ.
And you could have your future Greg Olson, basically. Right
He
there.
said
Like
keep
that
pounding for the
gets me
future
excited
generation.
right there.
Yeah,
we
but
would be pounding some
Hey,
people.
keep pounding. Rah.
is it raw? Keep pounding.
Rah.
Hey, that's a future Carolina Panther right there, boy.
If we
Yeah,
draft
sure.
Tyler Warren, what are we going to do with the Tevin Sanders?
Stand
Well,
his ass up and
we have
split
an
reps.
we have an embarrassment of riches, you know. We got two
Double
badass
tights.
tight ends.
Sit Timmy on the bench.
Imagine
Nothing wrong with
both
that.
of those. Imagine both of those dudes in two tight end sets. You don't know if they're gonna pass or run the football. We're meant to get big and mean and physical, run the ball down their throats. That's how you do it, man. That's how
Tyler
you
Warren
do it.
turns into a running back sometimes too.
Hey,
Cody.
you remember you remember when they drafted Gronk and they had that other tight end up here in New England, and
Hernandez.
Hernandez
Yeah.
killing it.
had
He
them
was
two out
literally
there,
killing it.
and because you can put Sanders out there in a flat like a wideout, and you can put Warren right there on the line of scrimmage, and at the drop of a hat, Warren can line up as a fullback, and Sanders can go on the line of scrimmage. I mean and you still got Tommy hanging around. I think that'd be an excellent problem to have.
No, I
Yeah,
agree.
We ain't got no Gronk or Brady, but Hernandez and
Look,
Gronk
This
produce at the
Tyler
same
Warren,
time.
is it a good blocker?
Oh, this is a good blocker. He's the best.
Tyler Warren? Oh yeah.
He's
What
the
I like
best.
about Warren
He
is that
used to
dude,
be a
that dude
quarterback
plays
and a
under
basketball
center.
player.
Like,
Tyler is
Crazy ball
Yeah,
skills.
I don't
didn't
think I don't know a tight end at 8.
Wait, hold on. Let me pull up a little video.
Tyler
Real quick.
Warren.
Hey, but while
Like,
I
he
do,
took-
let me
that
go
dude
back.
took direct snaps and ran the ball. Like he was a
Exactly.
running back, a
Short
quarterback.
yardage
He put
situation.
tight end.
Hey, Michael,
That
I
dude.
stand up. Go ahead, Michael. What are you trying to say?
Okay, so I got a question for you guys. Do you think with Dowdle being the possibly the backup running back to Chuba Hubbard, do you think that both of them will gain passing yards this season like D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart did for us?
I don't know. Rico Dowdle is a strong running back. What do y'all think of Rico Dowdle? Panthers just signed him to be the 1-2 punch in the backfield.
I like him. I think he
I
fits
like
what
it.
we do.
And he's from here. He's from Asheville.
Oh, I didn't even know he was from
We got,
Asheville.
we got a couple of homeboy players, man. I mean,
Yeah.
It's a good 1 year rental.
For sure.
Insurance for Brooks.
Yeah.
I'm still going to draft a running back, Cody. I don't give a damn. Not early, but I'm doing
Nah,
it.
I'm not
Yeah.
getting no
Yeah,
running back.
day 3
Nah.
maybe.
Go 7th round and get that what the heck that guy from
Oh yeah.
Jaguar.
Hey, C-Dog, this is a
ETN.
little, hey, C-Dog, this is a little bit of Tyler Warren and his blocking abilities,
Yeah,
bro.
Tyler Warren is an all around tight end.
Yeah, the
what
dude
makes him
is a
worth it.
monster. That's what I'm saying. If we're the Panthers looking to run the football, dude, this dude helps day one. He's fast, he's aggressive, he's powerful. He's a people mover, and he's a good wide receiver too. He can go downfield. He can run routes. I like the dude, man. I know a lot of people
Man, on
don't
number
like
6, grab
the tight end and
y'all watch number 6 grab that face mask.
He gets pissed
That's
at
the
the
only
end.
way-
He's like, "Oh my gosh, I just got my
That's
butt."
the only way he went. He said, "I just cheat like hell, bitch.
Yeah,
You whipping my ass. I got to cheat."
yeah, that's exactly what that is right there.
Cody, we just got to tell everybody to follow our draft picks. Remember last year it was me and you pushing for Cooper DeJean and
Yeah.
and who's the Chargers wide receiver that was like the best?
Lad McConkey.
McConkey. I was
Yeah,
like,
McConaughey, dude.
we could have had the exciting whites.
Y'all remember, if we don't take Tyler Warren, the Snakes who are right behind us,
they will.
they will.
Pickle. It's the same thing with Tet, though. If both of them bitches are there when we're picking, I'm not gonna like it because the Saints is gonna get one.
Yeah, I don't think Ted's going to be there though. I really don't.
I
I think
don't really think either one of them.
the
If they were
Patriots
smart,
should
neither
get
one of
him,
them will
but-
fucking be there.
I think Ted's going to New England.
They should. They have no one else to throw to. I don't understand.
Cody, you think it's quiet on purpose about us with Warren?
If they don't draft Ted,
Wait, go ahead, Cole. What are you asking?
I said, I think it was kind of a question and a statement. I said, you think it's on purpose that there's really not much talk of us and Warren? Because I would hide that shit. If I was Dan, I wouldn't even want nobody to know that I was. I mean, I'd work him out and do my due diligence, but I wouldn't keep it public that I wanted him. It'd be a good thing to do to keep that shit on the wraps.
Wait, which player?
Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
you
that's
got it
cool.
out too because Sanders played pretty solid. Like he had some
Yeah.
promising games, so I think he has got an easy out in that too.
Well, I think we might be quiet on purpose. I hope.
Well,
we
yeah,
love
that's what I
Tyler
mean,
Warren.
like-
He needs to be a target.
He could misdirect it easy, I should
Did,
say.
Yeah.
did Ted McMillan run at the combine?
Nope.
Did he
He's
do
got it.
any? Did he do any drills?
anything. He didn't do anything but talk because he's injured.
He's injured.
He's injured.
Oh,
I didn't
even realize
that.
I didn't think he was
Why
injured.
y'all keep drafting got the injured players, man? Nah, I don't want somebody.
They're all stuff from injuries in the top 10, y'all. Every damn one of them except for Travis Hunter.
That is true.
Yeah, the guy that played the most
Yeah, dude,
minutes.
that's insane that the dude who plays the most snaps in all of college ball has no injuries. Dude, that's pretty.
Cody, at one
he's
point in
incredible.
time, I was mad.
got a
we
great team
were
on
losing
working on him.
games. Oh, winning games because of that shit. But then I got over it because we just kept winning and winning. But when we started winning a little bit, I was kind of mad because I knew we weren't getting Hunter. I really, really, really wanted Hunter.
Oh yeah,
Priced ourselves out of that quick.
yeah.
Hey, did y'all hear that Cooper Cup signed with the Seahawks?
What an idiot, man. That's such a bad choice. He just went for that. I know he's from that area, from Washington. So.
He's gonna let Sam Darnold throw him the ball.
People love to stay in division though and play against their old team twice a year though.
Well, he went to college in Eastern Washington. That's why I think he's like a non-media dude. He liked to get out of LA, I think.
I mean, I can't really blame him for that then, if that's the reason. Shit.
Yeah, Eastern Washington, ECW.
I'm glad we didn't get him. I'm sorry. That wouldn't have been enough for me either.
Oh no, we
As
don't
good as
need him.
Cody
We have
is.
Adam. I mean, he would play the exact same thing as Adam would play. So
Yeah.
Except for he's a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
So that
yeah,
jackass on QB school can stop giving him shit all the time.
Yeah, I don't like that dude no more. I used to like him, but now it's like fuck
What?
that dude.
I don't know. It's like, did Thielen go bang his wife or something? Like, dude,
It sounds like
give
it,
it
bro.
up.
I guess.
And Adam Thielen's still getting 1,000 yards, damn near a season.
Oh, I know.
He's our
How
best
many
wide-
games he missed? He would have 1,000 yards again this last season. And I'm like,
I know,
he's out
man.
there
Y'all want to know why he don't like Adam Thielen?
because he can't do what he's doing, and he's undrafted probably.
Because he showed up on the practice squad with Minnesota early in Adam's career, and Adam wasn't the nicest person back then as far as maturity level, and he was trying to pass on the practice squad, and Adam told him he was garbage, and said, "My wife passes better balls than you." And told the coaches he was trash. The coaches and the GM checked around and they cut his ass. That's ended his career.
That's wild.
That's why he don't like Adam Thielen.
Well, let me ask you something, Panther Picker. Would you like Adam Thielen if he did that shit to you?
No, but I'd have to ask myself if it's the fucking truth. Maybe
Get over it.
I'd get over it. And I mean, listen, he blocked me because I told his ass that on his comment section of his video, and now he's blocked me. So I get anyway.
Really? The dude blocked you?
And
He did.
people get so
Oh,
butthurt on
what a
Twitter.
pussy!
Remind you,
What a pussy!
well, okay, I gotta admit, I did make a reference to maybe
Uh-oh.
Adam was helping his wife or something, and
Yeah, we didn't get a whole story. I figured we did.
Picker was out there being spicy.
I went to watch the video and it says you have been blocked from watching this by the user. I went, okay.
Better know it next year.
That shit lame as fuck. That shit funny too, but that shit lame. Oh, man.
That was pretty funny. But yeah, man. Listen, Adam Thielen. To me, he's been great on our team. Let me bring this up to y'all before I go on. What do y'all make about Tyler Lockett? Would y'all give Tyler
No.
Lockett a kick in the
Nah,
tires?
we don't need him.
I mean,
He
dude, he had
old.
600 yards last year. Why
I
not?
don't give a fuck. He old, man. We don't need that motherfucker. Man, we got young, got them players. Man, we already got them. We got two veterans, got the receivers. Thielen, they got no more. They basically every time they basically catch they basically catch everything.
You know, I'm not gonna say we should, but I wouldn't mind it if we did, especially if it's not for like don't sign him to. I would say don't pay him more than $7 million, maybe not even more than $6 million. But because we don't have a guy who's a true deep threat, and yes, he's up there in age, so that's gonna affect him. He's not gonna be able to be like a extremely good deep threat now.
Man.
But he's still a good like deep ball speed guy. He could kind of be like Ted Ginn was. And I mean, we kind of need that still. I'd probably rather get it in the draft, but if we did sign him, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel, man. Like it wouldn't be the best signing, but it wouldn't, I wouldn't be upset to have Tyler Lockett in the building. Yeah, I mean I wouldn't mind it. A lot of people were upset that we didn't go after Cooper Kupp. But he had
Yeah,
what,
we already got Thielen already, man. We don't need Thielen and got that Cooper Kupp. That Cooper Kupp down there 30 years old. Man,
3-year.
be tripping.
Is that really what he signed for? 3-year, $45 million?
Yeah, he's getting paid $15 million a year, I think.
Okay.
Want to go home.
As of right now, if you were betting, would you say that the Panthers go offense with the 8th overall pick?
Yes.
Defense.
I'm going to just say yes and pray it happens.
So, if this is right, Austin Corbett, I just found a possible number. His cap hit this year is $5.8 million. I think this is updated. Yeah, it looks like it.
You said how much?
$5.8 million against the cap for Austin Corbett. We still have $25 million on over the cap.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, having Corbett back on the roster is a good thing to me. The fact that we had 3 centers play for us last year, and they all played at a fairly high level, rolling into the next year with that same amount of depth is awesome. Michael, what do you think we're doing at the 8th overall pick? Are we going offense, or are you thinking more of a defensive pick?
I would honestly say we have to go on defense because, I like the signings that we have, like I've been saying at the beginning of the show. But yeah, I feel like we need to do a lot more on defense because just in case if somebody like gets injured this season, which I'm not hoping or praying on. But if something like that does happen, we need to have a good backup plan to that extent. So I'd probably say we might either go either linebacker or possibly corner.
Okay. All right. Evan, what say you, man? Or what now that we've made so many defensive picks through free agency or signings rather, do you think that is now more likely that we're going to be going offense in the draft?
Not necessarily, no. I think I don't think it's going to be like a whole draft of like what Matt Rule did in his first year, just all defense. It's not going to be that. That's just, I mean, that wasn't a smart draft. Even though we had a lot of good players from that draft, it's just not how the NFL works. I think 8 could definitely go either way at this point. I mean, I'm kind of starting to go to the side that we should go Tyler Warren or probably more Tyler. If we go offense, probably Tyler Warren is who I would pick as an offensive player. If not, I think we should go defense with that pick. But I think it's going to be, I think we do address some offensive stuff, like maybe an offensive lineman later in the draft, a tight end, whether it's Tyler Warren at 8 or if we trade back in the first or just in the mid to late rounds, we get a tight end. Obviously, I definitely think we should get a receiver still. A matter of when, I'm not sure, but I think it could go either way at 8, and I think at this point it's up in the air what we do. I don't think it's going to be all offense from here on out, though.
To be honest with you, if I could chime in,
Yeah.
I think that Dan is trying to set this up to where he can take the best available player that's on his board.
I agree with that.
Now, listen, I know some people don't like this, but I'm going to say it. If you're sitting at 8, and hypothetically say the Seahawks call you up and say, "We'll give you our 2 second-round picks and our 18 pick to take that spot," Dan would be dumb not to take that, because that gives you more draft picks and more to take. Plus, there's some real good players that's going to be there at pick 18. Now, I'm not saying that's what he should do, but he could do. So, and to be honest, like I said, I could see them taking, if you go by position, which I think is a dangerous issue, because way back in a certain draft we had many years ago, the Panthers had signed 3 linebackers that were free agents. That was their own free agents, and everybody loved them. And we had to set, and that draft come along, and people wanted everything but linebacker. And Marty Hurney took the best available player. And don't you think there's a lot of people in this fan base, including myself, flipped out because it was a dumb pick. Now, that being said, he turned it out to be the best linebacker this team's ever had. And a lot of people don't want to go back that far because they don't want to remember.
And let's go a step further, Pickle. Maybe the smartest inside linebacker ever.
Of all time.
Ever. Like, the dude was just that unstoppable, that smart when he was playing football. And listen, not to commandeer it here, but listen, if you would like to be undefeated and rack it up with your ball predictions, well then how about you download Underdog Fantasy and play daily fantasy sports with the best that there is, Underdog Fantasy. Grab your phone and your dancing shoes. It's time to make entries on March college basketball with Underdog. Nothing beats March basketball. Bring the fun of a bracket to every game by making entries on Underdog. To play, choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats, like points, assists, or rebounds. They've got all your favorite leagues, teams, and sports. Create entries with basketball selections or mix and match with other sports. Millions of fans have already won billions by making plays on Underdog Fantasy. The app has over 100,000 5-star reviews from millions of players. Listen, man, Duke and North Carolina, it's in the middle of the game right now. You can still make picks on that game right now. But I'm personally picking for later Braden Smith. I'm going to have him at higher than 17.5 points for the Boilermakers. And again, basketball is not really my thing. So that's when I depend on the basketball literate amongst the C3 Nation to tell your boy really what's up. But hey, man, if you would like to make some picks, that's Underdog Fantasy. And we would like you to use our promo code on this, boys.
Oh my God.
Download the Underdog app and download the Underdog app and sign up now using promo code C3 to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up with promo code C3P. Claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus credits upon first deposit. Must be 18 years of age, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for summer games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Void where prohibited. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. That's 1-800-639-8783 or text NEXT STEP to 53342. New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE New York or text HOPE New York to 467-369. That's promo code C3P. That helps us be able to bring you all the content that you love every single Tuesday, every single Friday throughout the season. C-Dog, let me go to you, brother. When the Panthers are picking at number 8, do you think they're picking a defensive player or an offensive player now that you've seen the free agency class, bro?
Defense. I don't care if we go straight defense in this draft, man. No, I'm fine. We
All
get
right.
like 1 or 2 offensive linemen. Hey, if you get Dan Morgan can get that guy, that little tackle from the Strong Bowl, from the Senior Bowl, whatever, from Alabama,
Yeah.
A&M. He's a pretty. I really like that guy. So I was that,
All right.
man. I mean, I like defense in this draft, man. But we need to fill these holes on the defense.
All right. I hear you, man. And Doobie had the worst defense in the NFL last year and of all times from a points perspective. Yeah, that's not a bad move. Cole, do you think that now this puts us in a better position to go offense or defense?
More so best player available, and I just have a feeling the best player available is going to be Tet or Tyler Warren. You're going to have to make the choice between those two and go offense.
Can somebody in here sell me on Tet? Because I don't love this dude with the top 10 pick. And I know a lot of people do. But am I wrong on this? Like what?
I think I was wrong. I think he did work out at the combine. I really do. I don't think he did everything, but I think he did work out at the combine. I think he did run the 40 and it stuff. But I'm not certain on that. So I'm trying to look up his combine, but I can't.
You know, to be honest, with how he looks on the field, he does look fluent. He does look like he has enough speed. Yeah, he does look. Now, I want him to run a 40. Not that that's like necessarily how he's going to run. It matters more how quick you are running routes and how quick you are. That's why the gauntlet drill is probably better than a 40. I mean, a 40 shows like what full speed can look like, but Tet's not a guy that you're going to send on a go route or anything like that anyway. I mean, you might if you're trying to just get a fade down the field to him, but I think Tet, with his film and how he plays on the field and some of the videos that I've seen of him working out off the field, just with his training, the people that he works out with and stuff, he looks like he's fast enough. Now let's see a 40 that could make you feel a little better or it could make you feel a little worse. First, we got to see what he does. So I think he could probably, I don't know when his pro day is going to be at Arizona, but we got to see that day. Hopefully he runs because he might just be trying to stick with his film to try to get people to go for him. If not, yeah, I don't know.
I thought they said he injured.
Well, yeah, he's injured, but his injury might not keep him out for his pro day, depending on how bad it is. It also depends on when his pro day is.
He's not
injured players, man.
He doesn't have stats listed on his NFL page. I don't see a 40 time. I saw a pop in the chat said it was rumored to be a 4.51, and that's not terrible. But it's like I feel like that's all we draft, right? But that's all we draft, right? The big body, jump ball, wide receiver. Like that's literally like. Am I wrong? That's what. That's what you drafted XL for last year, right?
Right.
Like, to me, is this doesn't represent necessarily a difference in skill set. I mean, the dude is huge, 6'4", 219 pounds, 10-inch hands. I mean, the dude is
he's got great hands too. If you look on the film, he has amazing hands.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen all the crazy catches that he has, but I don't know, man. It just seems that a lot of people are just.
Ain't no way I'm picking that motherfucker at 8, dog. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not picking him at 8. I mean,
oh yeah, I'd much rather take Tyler Warren at 8. I mean, I don't. It's probably better that he's not there, so then it's not. We don't get tempted to take him. The front office, that is.
Nah, man, we go on defense, man. I don't see us taking no goddamn tight, even no Tyler Warren. I mean, I wouldn't be mad, but man, I don't see it, man. Don't we still got Stephon Sullivan? Stephon Sullivan?
Say who?
I don't even think he is. No, I think it's just JT and Tommy right now.
In the tight end room, yeah.
Yeah. There might be like one or two other guys who.
Thank you to Matal Lomax. Said I want Kyle Williams from Washington State. I mean, dude, there's so many options for the Panthers right now, man. To me, with all the defensive signings, it wouldn't surprise me if the offense was the pick, just because I do think that there was some truth to the fact that the Panthers did want to upgrade what we were doing on offense. But if they didn't have the right deal to make, then I don't see them jumping all over it. Whereas now on the draft, you can get them under a deal, under a 5th-year option, and having that on a player, that's invaluable, especially when you're rebuilding your team like the Panthers still kind of are. I would love to go offense if it's the right player.
Ted had the highest. He didn't work out on it. He opted out of all the drills, but he did have the highest AIQ test of anybody at the combine.
Boring. That don't do shit for me. How many people have tested well and then ended up not doing shit? You know.
I just want to say it. I have.
Yeah, I mean, that don't do shit for me.
Matters with football, but it's what they said.
Yeah, no. Hey, he's intelligent. Cool for him. But right now, Mason Graham and Tyler Warren are still the 1A, 1B. How about this? I wanted to bring this up too. Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. C-Dog, what are you going to say?
I mean, I would say Tyler Warren, but man, I don't know. I would just trade it back, man. I mean, to me, neither one of them are worth the number 8 pick, man. That's just my personal opinion, man. So they fall there.
Yeah.
Travis, the only one I would really take is Travis Hunter in the top 10, man. That's my honest opinion, man. If we can't get out there Travis Hunter, man, fuck everybody else at the number 8 pick. Ain't none of them motherfuckers Travis Hunter. Ain't none of them motherfuckers Travis Hunter, man.
No, I hear you. I'm trying to trade back if we have the opportunity. And so let me ask you all this: true or false? The Panthers should be getting more attention as a legitimate threat in the NFC. Bryce Young was one of the best quarterbacks in football down the stretch, and the Panthers have brought in a ton of talent on the defensive side of the ball. The Panthers are plus 420 to win the NFC South, the 3rd highest odds in the division behind the Bucs and the Falcons. Boys, is this year the year where the Panthers turn this shit on and finally start to whoop a little ass? Come on, talk to me.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We gonna whoop somebody mountain butt. We gonna whoop.
All right. Your microphone was sort of dipping in and out on your pickle. I don't know if you changed your audio setting or not. Michael, what say you, man? Can the Panthers turn around their odds in 2025?
I believe so, yes. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because I want to get revenge at our division for the most part. Because, yeah, I'm not too worried about these other games right now because I know that we're going to have a good season with those other teams. But the main ones I want to beat so bad is the Saints, the Bucks, and the Falcons. Twice a year.
Sweep the division, baby. Let's go. Love that. Love that. Is there anyone else in here feeling that the Panthers could really do something special this year?
Yeah, I mean,
I have a. Oh, sorry.
you're good. I think that I don't think we are gonna make like a deep playoff run, but I definitely think if everything works out how they think it will in the front office and how we all hope it will, I think we could win the division and possibly win a wild card round. I think if Bryce continues his ascension, I think that's a big key is Bryce continues his ascension and continues to play well, and I think he will because sky's the limit. I mean, we saw last year, and I think last year too. I like how like a lot of some people out here who are saying we need a number one were also guys who were saying who were Bryce guys when it was the draft process, and they were saying that he can do it without a number one, and now they're saying we should get a number one for him, and we should. But I think also we can go one more year without getting a number one, and then next year maybe go and get a number one or sign a number one. He proved last year that he can do well without having a true number one receiver. And if we build, it's the defense. The defense is what we need to build up. If our defense was just a tiny bit better last year, we could have beaten the Chiefs. We could have beaten the Eagles. Now the Eagles we also could have beaten if Leggett caught that ball. And I think that one maybe.
Oh, yeah, so we gotta take that one back. That's the one.
Yeah, like that's like the one moment that everybody goes to when they slander Leggett. There's a couple other times where he dropped the ball, but they might have been a little bit trickier catches than that one. But that one's the one that everybody goes to.
Go ahead. Like my man was saying, who was that? Just saying that? Who was that? The talking.
Yeah, that was Evan.
Yeah, like what Evan was saying, man, to me, with this, then we were lacking a pass rush last season. Now with all these motherfucking hog mollies up here in the interior, then you got Patrick Jones, who already played with goddamn what's my man, number 98, one of them. We gonna have a pass rush finally, and we got depth. So even if Derek Brown, Ashton Robinson get tired, we can bring in Wharton. Like it's a whole lot you can do with this defense. Like a whole bunch of pieces.
That's what's intriguing about.
Man, oh my god! Like the defense should be fucking lit this year, man. Like I should be happy as fuck, man. Because defense wins fucking games, man. And I think goddamn it's gonna be Rose Boone and goddamn Trevor Wallace at the goddamn inside linebacker. You know,
that's what's intriguing about it is you have depth now on the D line, and if you bring in a rookie whether it's in the first round or the second round on the D line, either place, interior or on the edge, you have a good depth around them for them to develop and for them to come in and be in a rotation. They don't have to be the guy year one, but if they're the guy year one, could you imagine how scary that would be? Those having let's say it's an edge and you have a guy who is double digits year one as a rookie. I mean, you automatically have that your next edge rusher, one of your cornerstones. Then you have three guys who are solid depth behind him in the rotation. I mean, you have a scary edge. I think the edge is already scary. I like all three of them. I think if they're all healthy, it's a good rotation.
We lit.
And the interior is looking really a lot better now as well. I think Wharton's a good pickup. And if we get a guy on the interior as well, same thing. Could be a scary. I mean, it could be a scary D line this year.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
100%, man. Dude, I'm just I don't know, man. Like I'm in a good place with this team right now. Like I feel like this defense, depending on the upgrades that we've made, dude, if we could just be in some of those games just a little longer than we were, we're talking about, more than half W's, man. Like in our entire season. Now I don't know if that's going to be enough in the NFC South, but if we can continue to build upon what we did last year, I don't see any reason why Carolina couldn't come out on top. All I'm worried about is winning the division. That's all you got to do to make the playoffs. And I'm sorry, but the Falcons, the
I got to
Saints,
win the division. I got to win the division already. I mean, in my opinion, these dogs standing right now. We're gonna win the division this season.
let's go.
We should have the best defense in the division. In my
Yep,
personal opinion,
you're
too,
right.
man. 'Cause we bringing back a lot of players. We got a lot of continuity. You know what I'm saying? We bring back the same coordinator, head coach. Man, I like this shit I love this shit for Bryce. Bryce should take fucking off. You know what I'm saying? If Bryce come out here, and I know I want no motherfucking Bryce fan. You know what I'm saying? But I done seen them from the beginning to got them last year. You know what I'm saying? Because his very first game, he was shit. I seen it in person. I was there. But from to then and to now, I just gotta be straight up, man. The motherfucker playing better, man. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, man, this motherfucker got a swagger back. The motherfucker they got them dancing. Every goddamn time he took off the goddamn scramble, he got them either got them try to score, you know what I'm saying, got them slide or whatever. Well, only one time he scared me, he had to get hit, but he got right back up, you know what I'm saying? But then the final thing when you put that motherfucking visor on, I was like, yeah, he finally got it, man. That bitch feel comfortable now, you know what I'm saying? He feel comfortable. That's goddamn scary, goddamn it. And he even got that balling out there, man. That motherfucker come out here and still play good. Man, we're gonna be a motherfucker problem. And never make him a goddamn good quarterback. He always stay the same. No matter if you got them playing good or bad, I don't mind that. Just feel like he's not a real cocky motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I just like him how the way he is. But he won't playing good, he was still the same. Even like say he's still gonna be the same if he come out here and play good. He's still gonna be like, I think my Jesus Christ or whatever. I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't like that. Just like this new dude. He was talking about Jesus or whatever. I don't care. If you come out here and ball, I don't care.
Oh yeah, I
I
don't
don't
care at
care.
all.
I don't
Man,
care.
as long as you're throwing touchdowns, I don't care what God you pray to, man. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
word
saying?
up,
Like
man. Go get it,
that's
man.
all I want. I want some W's, boys. But listen, I mean, I was sort of hard on Bryce early last year because I was like, he didn't seem like he had that fight in him. But at the end of last year, when he was able to come on strong, then it really showed me a different side of Bryce that, frankly, I didn't know if we would ever see in the NFL. If we would see Bryce do it, a lot of fans didn't feel like they would ever see Bryce do it, but he did, man. He turned it on. But now it's a big time year, man. Like, in my opinion, this is the year where Bryce 100% proves and certifies that he is the franchise. This is the year that he has to prove it. And if this is the year, then I do think that you probably should go out and make a legit upgrade on the offense in terms of weapons. To me, it's being able to run two tight end sets, get another running mate for Jadavion Sanders. Tyler Warren, in my opinion, should be the guy. If it's
Hey,
not
man, look real quick.
Mason Graham.
Everybody talking
Yeah.
about Tyler Warren. Man, look at Isaiah Likely. What round did he get drafted in by the Ravens?
Second, he got drafted in the second round.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm telling y'all, man. If Dan Morgan trade back, man, I'm not gonna be mad, man. Cause I feel like he hit on everything we needed, man. We need to get the defensive line here. First of all, we need a true nose tackle. We got that in Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown that nose tackle. Then you got Alshon Robinson on the opposite side, and Derek Brown on the opposite side, and then 3-4 defense. That alone right there is fucking nasty. You know what I'm saying? That's fucking nasty. How the fuck you got there and block that shit? That mean now the linebackers, everybody can flow sideline to sideline. Two middle linebackers, the 3-4 defense, and then you got the two outside linebackers. Especially when you got them want to bring that pressure. Like, man, we're gonna be lit, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited, man.
Yeah,
Rose Boom, he have a shield for so tackle.
we're gonna be
I don't.
Man.
I don't know a ton about Roseboom. Y'all like that dude? Like, is he a meaningful signing?
Is he the guy who got 135 tackles?
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds pretty intriguing. I mean,
yeah. Look, he got all of them on about like 7 games.
That does sound pretty intriguing then.
I mean,
We'll
I don't know a lot about him, but he looks the part. That's all I can tell you. I mean, so we'll find out in preseason though, and I don't want to doubt him too much because I remember people laughing when we signed Frankie Luvu. So and he turned out all right. So you don't know till preseason and training camp starts.
But real quick, let me say this too, man. Everybody, I ain't really heard nobody saying this, but if we trade back, man, I want my trading back. If we could trade back and still get one of the pass rusher, oh my bad.
Yeah. No, you're good. Go ahead. I interrupted you. My bad.
But if we trade back, if we do say Dan Morgan was to trade back and still could get a James Pierce or one of these outside, like some type of pass rush, I'm all for that, man. I'm all for that, man.
Yeah, I'm good to trade back. I agree with you. I could trade back. I'd be all right with me. And give us another pick there somewhere in the high of the second round. I'd like that a lot because after the 8th pick, we don't have a pick till 57. That's a long ass wait. So
yeah, that is a long ass wait.
Right.
So that's why listen. I've been saying this forever. Y'all know my stance. I want to trade back.
Right.
And y'all know the number one reason I want to do it. I want 2 first-round picks for the Panthers. We've never had it before. How lit would that be? 2026, 2 first-round picks.
No, we did have it.
The Carolina Panthers.
The year we drafted Ota and Jonathan Stewart. We had first-round picks.
Yeah. We traded back into the first round, didn't we? We sure did. We drafted Ota and then we traded back in.
That was 2 years before I was fucking following really heavy. So that's no, but
I'm just saying, I'm an old man.
We can't help that.
All right, cool.
I'm a good memory.
Yeah, but no, dude, this is but man, especially if Dan Morgan and Brant Tillis kill another draft and have 2 first-round picks. Come on, bro.
You know what, Cody? Though that year we paid for that because we didn't have a first-round pick for like 2 or 3 years after that.
Oh shit! Really?
Marty kept for the very next year. We didn't have a first-round pick because we traded back into the first the previous year. So Marty Hurney in his infinite wisdom surrendered our first-round pick of the next year to trade up in the second round so he could draft Everett Brown. Back.
Yeah. Yeah, Everett Brown didn't do shit. Huh?
Yep.
Damn, you hate to see it.
Right.
I put up a poll in the chat. What letter grade would you give the Panthers free agency? A, B, C, or D? And with 60% of the vote, most fans give it a B. So again, I feel like it was a good grade, but I feel like the lack of there being a star, like a superstar name, which, by the way, you probably shouldn't have expected a superstar player to be signed by the Panthers in free agency anyway. But considering all that we did,
anything though, man. Come on, a big splash don't mean anything, man. We bought that goddamn dogs,
you're right.
man. We bought that. We got everything what we needed, and we can still fill these holes in the draft, man. So there should be no complaint.
I'm all right.
Man, Dan Morgan doing good.
Yes,
Morgan, hold on, real quick, man. For his second year or whatever, it's all his second time. I mean, even he said that. He said he got to do better than what he did last year, and he's doing that. And then he hit on the pick last year. He got the Sean Smith wave when he came in the game and had to play. He played good. Really everybody who came in the game really played good last year. So, man, I'm really excited for what goddamn damn Morgan gonna do, especially if we got them trade back, man. We're gonna be fucking solid, man. We're gonna win this fucking division. If Bryce Young, I'm telling you right now, if Bryce Young come out here and play good and just play like he did last season and keep on continuing with attention in football, and we have a top 10 defense, man. We're going to the playoffs, man, and we're going to win this fucking division hands down, man. Hands fucking down, man.
I love it. See, dog, I don't know if I've ever seen you this pumped and optimistic about the Panthers going into the season. I love it, bro.
We ain't been good in such a long time.
Yeah.
For a long time, man.
I feel it.
I got that temper, mind his business. And he finally minding his fucking business and sitting back. And he letting Dan Morgan do this shit. And Dan Morgan is fucking cooking, man. And we got Rico down. I'm like, oh shit. But I was real geeked up about that. You know, he came from South Carolina and he's from home. So you know how pumped he's gonna be to got that come back home and play. So even if we got the old boy don't cut out, he made up for that pay from last year. We just got running back, Brooks. So Brooks don't pan out. Maybe he got that just got that Rico. And he got that come back home because he's from here. Like, hey man, that was a great fucking pickup, man. That was a great fucking pickup.
Yeah, that was a great pickup.
I like that Jones. I like Jones's story there, where he grew up on the military base or going around, and then his tsunami and earthquake hit in Japan, and he said then he flew to California, and they stayed there for a day, and then finally they flew to Charlotte where their grandma lived, and that's what he calls home. That was a touching story. If y'all ain't heard that, you really need to. That's that boy. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Michael.
Okay, so now my next question is this: since now we got Ricky Daldo on our roster, what does this mean for Jonathan Brooks?
Nothing this year. And Jonathan out all this year, and then Rico only signed a 1-year deal. So by the time his deal expires, Brooks may be out.
Good. You wouldn't know if he's good or not.
Yeah, we don't. And they could re-sign Rico to 1 more year and see what happens. I mean, right now it doesn't mean anything because Brooks ain't playing at all this coming year anyway. So
yeah, dude, it really sucks, man.
Like, Rico.
I feel like Jonathan Brooks, if we would have spared him the rookie season and let him have an entire year to rest up and heal up, I feel like we would all be so pumped for Jonathan Brooks behind this offensive line. I mean, we were excited to see him. We were excited to see him last year. I know, but the fact that he was coming off of an ACL tear and then to have him come back for some meaningless football games, like, to me, that's a little bit of mismanagement. I know he's a young player, but sometimes you have to save a player for himself. Yeah, but what good does he do us now that he's hurt? And now we're not going to see him until 2026. Like, that doesn't.
I shouldn't even draft him, man. I wouldn't even draft that motherfucker, man.
I agree with you, C-Lo.
I agree.
I said the Rico got the Rico down, bringing him in. Dan Morgan already making up for a mistake from last year. Draft that motherfucker. You already hurt, man. Like Senator Trump, they say all the time, man. If you got the lift in the season, you got to go look up the goddamn season. Word up, man. Y'all know that shit. It's football. You already got out there, man. You got to start the season off goddamn healthy. Word up. That shit ain't gonna work.
JD, that's low, bro. That's low, bro. Why you want to kick a man while he's down, bro?
Yeah.
I'm telling the truth though, man.
No, not you. I'm talking to JD, bro. JD's making fun of my Panthers, dog.
Yeah, I started
no Tigers.
I was having a brain fart, but I'm good. I know what it means.
Hey, let me welcome Chuck back onto the free for all. Chuck, what's up, bro?
How's it going? Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, brother. Tell me, what do you make of the Panthers free agency, man? All the players, who was your favorite? And if you were to grade Panthers free agency, what letter grade would you stamp it with?
I'll be honest with you. I was a little bit ticked off with the Milton Williams thing, but I kind of,
hold on, my man. for everybody who keeps saying that, so if we would say we would have brought him in and not been able to bring in all these other players, you would have been happy?
No, that's why. And let me finish my statement. So,
Okay.
understood, respect you, but I thought about it and I was like, wait a minute, what is the main thing we want to do? Run the ball, stop the run. Milton Williams doesn't stop the run good. And when I looked at the numbers, 26 million just for one player. When we got all, did you see, Cody? Did you see the stats on Twitter? I think Michael K put up Bobby Brown, Patrick Jones the second, Bobby Brown the third, and the other guy from Kansas City we got. All their guarantees are equal to what Milton Williams is.
Yeah, they're less. They're less than
Less $2 million
Yeah,
less.
yeah. They're less than what the Patriots are paying Milton. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So when you get that, if they do the job and stop the run, this is probably a bullet dodged, because in a sense where if we had Milton Williams and we couldn't stop the run, then what do we get him for? If you're paying him more than Derek,
Exactly.
and we're paying him more than Derek Brown, how is Derek Brown going to look at you? He's going to look at, wait a minute, excuse my language, this nigga doesn't stop the run, but I stop the run, but you pay him more than I do? That's a look. He'll look a little sideways. Okay. I do feel like it's a B plus. I don't think you guys, this Rico Dowling signing, I really love that. 2 running backs who could really complement each other. And if you would have told me all this offensive line when linemen would have been signed, I would have told you a liar. I think it's a B plus. It's the wide receiver that we need to get, and that's what the draft. We're going to get a wide receiver in the draft.
Yeah, it just don't got to be first round, though, man. We can get another Jalen Coker, man. Jalen Coker a baller, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
Jalen Coker is a ball. Out of every player next year that I'm really excited to see, I'm probably excited for him the most. Him and Jatavion Sanders. I mean, XL too. You know, I hope he bounces back.
Yeah. Everybody's going to follow Warren, man. Jatavion, man, I'm excited for everybody, man. Man, with Bryce start up the training camp with all these young players, man, especially Coker.
Yeah.
You know,
Year two, they'll come in kind of more relaxed a little. They'll be more used to the offense, and that's something else we hadn't talked about. This is going to be one of the few times in a couple years now that we've actually gone to the consecutive with the same offense and the same coordinator and the same system.
I said that earlier.
Players tremendously. Yeah, it's going to help these young kids tremendously. You know, if folks don't know that, then, you know, they need to shut the hell up.
Yeah, tell them.
If you bring in all these young
haters out there in the damn world. My Panthers are going to win the Super Bowl pretty soon, and I don't give a damn what anybody says.
They win that,
and like D-Money says, boys, when we get on that train, and when we have that Super Bowl party, because we done won that bitch, you ain't welcome to it. You either own this.
If you ain't with us, you ain't coming to the parade.
That's a fact.
That's it.
And then everybody complaining about Williams. We got old buddy from the Chiefs. He's just like Williams. I want to say, man, we good, man. Dan Morgan got everything we needed, man. And with Bobby Brown and goddamn Tom Robinson and Derek Brown, man, that D line about to be, man, that 3-4 about to be crazy, man. It's about to be crazy now.
You know, my man, I was at work and the internet or Twitter was all fucked up. So I kept reading. I said, okay, we didn't get this dude, but we got this dude. All right. Well, wait a minute. Whoa. We got Bobby Brown. And the more I started reading and the people we was getting, the happier I was being, because I knew right then. I said, oh, Dan's on it today, y'all.
And then, you know, Dan Morgan, like my man was saying this before I was talking, like, man, we're gonna run the ball and stop the run. That's how we got to win football games.
That's
a competent quarterback.
That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do. Let me say it. If you stop the run and you run the ball, I guarantee you will not win just 5 games. I guarantee you.
Look at the Eagles. Look at the Eagles.
Stop the run the ball. Perfect example. Hurts wasn't passing all this season. Look at Hurts' passing stats. They're pedestrian for the regular season. They're pedestrian. It's the quarterback that wins the Super Bowl and that prime moment. I'm telling you right now. I don't care if Mason, even with all the signings, even if Mason Graham's available, I still take him.
Yeah, I
still
agree.
take him.
I think that
Keep adding. Now I've seen the tape on Tech. I'm gonna be honest with you. His highlights, that's not gonna work in that's not gonna work in the NFL. He's a schooling college people who are going to be working with me in insurance. They come on. Those corners are not NFL. His highlights are not against NFL corners. Now, he did have some good tape against Travis Hunter, but the majority of his highlights of wow games, they're against people he's going to work at a desk like me. I'm sorry. They're not going to be in the NFL.
Yeah. Chuck, if you were a betting man, would you say that we're going offense now with our 8th pick? Now that we've done so much defense?
I think Dave Canales is tip that he's going to be Tyler Warren.
Oh, okay.
I think it'll be Tyler Warren, or I don't think they like any free agent, any free agent wide receivers, because Adam Thielen is the guy to be the veteran. If they would have got Tyler Lockett, I mean, is Tyler Lockett still out there or no?
Yeah, he is, but then I brought him up earlier, and everybody's like, nah, he's too old. We don't want Tyler Lockett. He's 32.
I mean, look what the Seahawks are doing. They got basically Cooper Kupp and Jackson Smith and Binga. They're not number ones. They're not really true like physical receivers. They're quarterbacks who fight in the soft zone in the coverage and be like QB happy or QB friendly. But again,
Buddy about to be number one. Buddy is Zimmer.
Jackson,
yeah, he about to be.
He's about to be the number one. I get that. But what do you guys think about? So this thing was circulating. Cody, everyone in the chat, Pickle. Why is Emeka Egbuka not considered a top 10 draft pick? Why?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought this up. This is a name he's been one of the biggest names in college football the past 2 or 3 years, and yet he's now sort of falling. Is there
what is his fault?
Same reason that people don't talk a lot about. No, I'm not going to say that. He didn't have an excellent year at Ohio State. And
he was next to a generational wide receiver that we never seen before. Of course, his stats are going to be down.
Last year. Yes, I understand that. But unless you ain't noticed, my friend, that shit changes every year. Sometimes when your rankings up here and you wait till the very next year to come out, don't be surprised if you don't drop. That's how the draft is. When you get up this high, you ass better go. That's it. Because the very next year you likely won't be that.
I bet you everything that David Tepper would let you sleep with his wife if we can get Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah Smith was incredible. Incredible.
He must really want Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith is probably the next Randy Moss. And you're gonna blame Emeka Egbuka because I was next to a generational wide receiver. My stats are gonna be down. Of course my stats are gonna be down.
Slow your roll, bro. I didn't blame nobody on nothing. You asked a question, I just tried to answer it. I don't have all the keys to all the answers in the draft. Okay, I really don't. I just know in history that's how it is. I can't tell you how many quarterbacks are up here, and they decide, no, I'm going to wait till next year. The next year, 1 year,
you're not going
to go in the second round.
And remember this too, even Marvin Harrison Jr. He was on a team with Chris Olave. He was on a team with Jackson Smith and Jigba. Like Ohio State, they have a bunch of dudes. So I don't like to do this
But that's
thing that
different, Cody. Marvin Harrison Jr. was a freshman when all those guys. This Emeka was a senior, and Jeremiah Smith is a freshman. That we have never seen a kind of receiver. There are GMs saying that they are willing to tank for Jeremiah Smith. So they're going to, of course, Will Howard is going to force feed him the ball, and his stats, Emeka's stats going to be down. There's no flaw in Emeka's game.
I don't believe a GM ever said that.
So you saying you want to draft him?
I don't believe a GM's ever. With all due respect, Chuck, I don't believe a GM's ever said that. I don't think a NFL GM's ever said that. I have to be.
So what?
That we're willing to tank for a particular player. I don't believe in
NFL. I'm sorry. Not a GM, but scouts have said that.
Well, scouts get paid to look at players that decide about the future.
They don't make the decisions.
I mean, I would love to be a scout for a Playboy magazine. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But the question is, would you be mad if the Panthers said, you know what, let's trade back, get Emeka Egbuka?
No, I would not at all. But at the same time, I'll say this, just like I said the other day. Listen, I understand everybody's love for receivers. Okay, I do. But I do not believe that Dan Morgan has got receiver on the top of his board, and he's going to guarantee that he's going to come out with a receiver in the first 2 rounds, or it's all to hell bust. I do not believe that. I believe he's going to go into this draft, and he's going to draft the best available player for what he needs. Is receiver on that list? Yes. And listen, if we draft him, I'll be happy. I won't cry about it. I promise you I won't cry about it. I won't boo-hoo about it. If we draft Ted McMillan at 8, I'll be happy. I don't think he's going to be there at all. That's why people get Pickle hates Ted McMillan. No, I don't know a lot about it, and every time I try to find out, I keep getting shoved down my throat about how slow he is. And about in the NFL, he won't get no separation. Now, that's not coming from me, dude. That's coming from a wide range of sources. That's coming from folks on XM NFL Radio. That's coming from folks at ESPN. That's coming from multiple, and I mean multiple.
Yeah, Matt Miller. I mean, what's the name?
Saying that.
So was mad that he didn't run a 40.
I'm not going to go to Arizona and watch his pro day, okay? I've never drove to Arizona and watched anybody's football game. Hell, I've never been to Arizona in my life and don't really want to go, to be honest about it. So, that being said, I'm not downing the kid at all. I'm telling you what I dig up is what unfortunately, that's what I got to believe. Now, if they're at 8 and Dan Morgan says, that's my guy, I'll be his biggest fan. I didn't want short and scrawny Bryce Young. But when he was drafted, I said, all right, that's our guy. I'm good with it, and I've been a Bryce Young fan ever since.
Okay, so Pickle, let me ask you a question. What pick will make you mad? What pick will make you mad?
Okay, if they draft a running back, if they draft a kicker, if they draft a long snapper,
a defensive. Well, how about the defensive ends you don't like?
Oh, the Pierce.
Yeah.
As I said before, he's got massive amount of talent. He should have had all that put together and become a Superman and become the best player drafted in this century. But he didn't. So therefore, if they choose to draft him, I have to hope that they've watched him and they know how to pull that consistency part that I didn't see. I have to believe that they can reach in or pull that out. When they drafted Bryce, I had to believe they could reach in there and pull that greatness out. You know, when they drafted Shaq Thompson in the first round, I said, well, I don't really agree with this, but if they drafted it, then maybe they see something I don't. So,
hey, Blackfire, they said they're not drafting Tedder Warren. Okay, so who they go to draft? What receiver is not going to be added? There has to be a receiver added. This current receiver depth chart.
Well, I mean,
David Moore. And we resigned Chisholm. What's his name? Number 88. He a receiver. He's 6'4".
But I will say this man, like, I don't know for a fact that we're going to get a wide receiver. I do think
We
that
have to,
before
Cody. We
this,
have to.
I'm saying if I were a betting
Why? We
man,
didn't lose no game
I
because no
do
damn
think that
receiver
they're gonna
last year. We
try to
lost games because of
upgrade that
defense.
room.
We don't
They're
really have
gonna try to upgrade that room somehow,
Cody,
shape, or form.
you can't just say that. Cody, you can't say that.
Chuck,
You
I'm
can
on your side, by the way.
want to, but if you were standing in front of Dan Morgan and you said you
This
have
shit ain't enough.
Cody, you don't believe
I
Cody.
ain't gonna do now, just
Wait,
piss you.
no, you
Cody,
didn't hear
Cody,
what I
man.
just said, Chuck. Chuck, you
Cody,
must not
you-
hear what I just said. I said if I'm a betting man, I think they're going to find some way to upgrade this wide receiver room, be it with
okay.
It's just not going to be day one,
the draft pick
maybe.
or with a maybe another free agent signing later on down the road. Maybe we do pick up a Tyler Lockett later on, and then we did sign.
David Moore. Did we resign David Moore too for 1 year?
Yeah, but that doesn't really do a whole lot for me.
Okay,
man.
I thought you said
excited.
my bad, Cody. I thought you said they're not gonna. I believe they're probably not going to do anything with the wide receiver.
No. I think that they
bad.
probably will, but I don't think that the Panthers feel like they have to. But if they're in a position to do so, I think they will. Because even if you look at last season, one, how many games did we lose by 7 points or less? Okay, then number two, the fact that Bryce ranked so highly last year, even with not great weapons around him, they might feel like he has enough for this offense to be able to move the ball effectively and for the defense to be able to make up the rest of the difference.
You're right.
So,
You have to be rational. Let's stop the run and run the ball. Then we'll see what happens. Then we can
That's how we
evaluate.
won football games, man. We already fucking running the goddamn team.
I mean, really,
That's
it's as
finesse
simple as run the ball and stop the run.
You're right. You're right.
If we can do those things consistently in 2025, I think we have a damn good chance to be successful. Which, by the way, this is why I'm on the Tyler Warren train, because you get someone that helps you run the football right now, and he helps you pass the football right now. Dude, I'm telling you, those two tight end sets that we had back in the day, with Olsen and Jeremy Shockey back in the day. Imagine what that looks like today with Tyler Warren and Jatavion Sanders. Like, that's badass right there, dude. Yeah, man, I would love it.
I don't see us getting that Warren dude until we brought back Trimble, man. I'm telling y'all, man.
Yeah, but Trimble's not on the. Listen, I'm a fan of Trimble. I like Tommy Trimble, and I'm happy that we brought him back. But he's not enough of a presence to stop you from drafting Tyler Warren.
They do the same thing, though, man. They do
not to the same level.
Yeah,
Trimble. Hey,
Tyler Warren.
I'm a fan of Trimble, C-Dog, but he is not the same level of prospect coming out that Tyler Warren is.
Though, man. He can line up in the backfield.
Well, that's not the point that Cody's trying to make, though. He's saying that Tyler Warren's, but they do the same things, but Tyler Warren does them to a bigger.
Trimble, I would say we're gonna bring in.
But Trimble does not do. Trimble is not the caliber of player that Tyler Warren is.
He doesn't have the hands. He doesn't have the hands.
Trimble is a goddamn blocking tight end.
He don't have the ball skills like Tyler Warren.
He doesn't have the ball
right.
skills.
Tyler Warren has both of them. See, he's a blocker and he can run in line, and he's big as fuck, bro. He's 6'6", 270 pounds. Like, the dude is a unit. You have to make a business decision if you're gonna tackle Tyler Warren. And bro, running the football behind him, and Bozeman and Robert Hunt and Taylor Moton, like, dude,
is Jalen, bro. I know. This is. People are saying about Jalen Walker. What would he be, a linebacker or a pass rusher?
Yeah,
here's another thing. Chuck, this is the reason why I'm not in love drafting him at number 8 overall. Because drafting a Frankie Louvu kind of player, while incredible as he was, I don't know if the position value is there to draft him at number 8 overall. Maybe if it were to slide back some, I would love that. And I think that the dude can be a great player. But I just don't know how much immediate impact he does have if we're playing him as an off-ball outside linebacker.
He remind you of? And he's a former Clemson player, Isaiah
Yeah.
Simmons. He played corner. He played linebacker. He played pass rusher. He was a safety. He played all the positions, but never good at one position.
Isaiah Simmons primarily played a lot of nickel, and I felt that's probably what he should have played when he went to the NFL. But I don't know. Like, to me, this dude is more of a sideline to sideline linebacker, and he is and there is a point to be made. He is a bit undersized. He's around 6'1", 6'2", 240 pounds. So he's not the biggest guy. But like I said, if you're trading back into the first round, into the late teens somewhere, I don't mind that move. I just don't love it with a top 10 pick.
Yeah, Solid Chen is right. You want your edge to be 6'1", 240. That's a little light.
Light in the ass.
Yeah.
That's light in the ass, man.
Either he's going to be like a tweener or he's going to be the greatest ever. Von Miller was a little short for a linebacker. So,
man, Von Miller is 6'3". Von Miller is a 6'3" outside linebacker, man. 6'3", 250.
And he never really dropped into coverage either.
Right.
He do drop into coverage in defense. Y'all tripping, man. Von Miller done got interceptions and everything. Y'all tripping.
Man, Von Miller's 100 years old out here, see that?
Dropping coverage.
Huh?
And in his younger days, he was.
Dropping coverage. He sure did.
In his younger days, he would get interceptions and getting sacks. Y'all
Yeah. It didn't. Well, when he was in Buffalo, he never did because he was just a defensive end in Buffalo. But his early days in Denver, he definitely dropped in coverage, especially when the years he was playing, like when he took on us in the Super Bowl, he sure did. But
I want you to look at Ted's highlights, and Ted's highlights are like it's so like this. All the stuff that he does, that's not going to fly in the NFL.
I'll be honest with you, Chuck. I'm getting beat up with shot. I did yesterday in space, and I feel like I'm getting beat up here. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The reason why I'm not high on Ted is exactly the same reason why I'm not high on Travis Hunter. I don't think he's going to be there. Okay, regardless of whether I love him or I hate him or I put him on a mountain for glory's sake, I don't think he's going to be there. Okay, I'm 100. In fact, is in my personal opinion, I'm 100% sure he won't be there.
Wow.
I'm 100% sure he will not be there. I think I'm 100% certain that he'll be gone before the 8th pick.
Wait, who? Wait, what player?
I agree about Travis. I think Tech definitely could, but it's also unlikely that he is.
Man, he hyped up, man. He's not like that, man. He ain't no goddamn random
every person that I've heard that evaluated him at an NFL level, not a college. Now I'm not talking about NFL draft buzz. I'm not talking about any other fan or the per se. I'm not even talking about Mel Kiper. I'm talking about NFL qualified people to judge. I've never heard anybody say that Tech McMillan is definitely the best receiver in this draft class, or one of the best. Ted McMillan is getting pushed by fans, and pretty much fans only. Now, I'm not saying that like I said, I believe he won't be there. If he is as good as you people say he is, there's no reason that he's there at 11.
So look, I have Ted up on screen right now. Pop earlier was like, don't let him go to New Orleans because him and Chris Olave would be scary.
Man,
now, I must say this, though. Let me say this, though. Now, there have been other players before that they have said wouldn't hold up in the NFL because they didn't have enough speed. And there have been guys that have blown that out of the water.
There's been guys that get so much hype that they're going to be the next Hall of Fame wide receiver, and they come out and play like shit.
Right, I understand too, but I think in the right system, in the
Right.
right scheme, maybe one of these guys
I,
might
That
thrive.
was horrible coverage by
let,
the
let me
corner.
say this.
That was horrible
If,
coverage.
if, and I'm using that word explicitly, if he is as good as you people are saying, and he's at 8, you have to draft him. It doesn't matter what your other needs are. You have to draft him.
Are you being facetious or are you being real?
Them don't like it. If XL don't like it, fucking cut him.
Hmm. A lot of people are saying that he reminds them of a Drake London,
People are saying he is.
but also a lot of people are comparing him right now to Drake London. So it just depends on what you would feel about him. You know how you feel about a player like Drake London. I do have some more All 22 film. Hang on, I'll pop that up here.
He just looks like he's playing against kids, and you're not going to be playing against kids in the NFL. That's all.
No, you're right.
Might be surprised, Chuck. That's a tall motherfucker. He's gonna make a lot of people look short. And don't tell
So
me
this
there's
was-
short ass corners in the league.
No, I mean, we could take Jimmy Warren like at the 5th round for got Colorado, and he fast. And he
Much
got
rather
the
have
good
Warren,
kick
though.
returner.
Look, this is McMillan right here.
Now who?
People, they always want to got them splash, man. Splash
Not-
don't mean shit, man. Splash
Now,
don't win no goddamn
tell me-
Super Bowl.
Tell
man.
me the level. Tell me the level of competition that he faces.
And
I
he's not in my opinion, he's not a great separator. Like he's just a guy that you
He played at
if you
USC. Was that
if you put the ball
College, y'all asses know he ain't gonna separate.
Wait,
the
but
NFL.
hold on. That's what I'm saying. Like he's had and they're comparing him to Drake London, and I understand the comparison, but that's why I said I don't know.
Nah, Drake
if
London is better.
I don't know if this is the right skill set because this is the only type of guy that we have. All of our wide receivers are big and strong. We need a faster, shiftier separator at that position, and I don't know that it's him. He's the type of player that if you put the ball somewhere in his vicinity, he's going to come down with it. That's the type of player he is. And I just don't know that that's the type of wide receiver that we're looking to draft top 10 right now.
Yeah, double JR said, "What if it turns out to be Megatron, like Megatron?" Well, that's true, but what if he turns out to be like?
He is not fucking Megatron. Stop
What if
it,
he
man.
turns out to be
Megatron
like
was
Devin
fast as
Funches?
fuck.
I mean, what?
Yeah, Devin Funches, that'd be a pass. Pass on another Devin Funches, I'll tell you that
I mean,
much.
Okay?
The Dolphins once drafted a guy who had super speed. They were going to view him as a Hall of Famer. They guaranteed he was the next Hall of Famer. A few years after that, they traded him to the 49ers. He didn't really get legit playing time as a receiver that he actually earned it. And even then, he dropped as much as he caught till he came to Carolina. Yeah. So don't tell me a receiver that gets drafted. Yeah. For all these guys you want to compare him to, I condemn you bust that were
I
drafted.
mean, look, I've watched some film of him, Pop. I'm not saying that the dude isn't talented. I'm saying to me, what does Tech do to take our offense over the top?
He doesn't
Because
do
in
anything
my
to
mind-
do take.
Yeah, like
He basically.
like, I agree with Sports Nut, but he said in the chat earlier, he said we need a field stretcher, not a slower jump ball type. And right now, I feel like no one on our team has proven to be any of those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what he does that I've seen here and a few other different places, people are showing me this, and it's nothing.
XL do the same thing. We don't need that motherfucker.
We have XL, we have Coker that are basically the same style receiver.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like
He
all of our
looks like
all of our
Coker.
dudes,
He's the
all of
same
our
person.
Yeah, all of our dudes are that big body jump ball receiver type. Yeah, by the way, Megatron was 230 and ran a 4.3 at 6'5", Ted at 6'4 and a half, 212, and probably runs in the 4.6 range. He also has arms.
You turn me off right there. If you tell me he runs a 4.6, then he's slower than most tight ends. He's slower than their outside is.
How much weight?
I mean, for the love of God, there are offensive linemen that run faster than a 4.6.
Now, look, I will say though,
that doesn't tell me we need to draft that man.
now how about this though? I don't dislike him enough where if we drafted him, I'm like, oh fuck, this dude's gonna suck. You know, I'll be happy that he's here.
Like that. I don't dislike.
If he ends up being the guy, I hope he's another version of Mike Evans. But if he isn't, you know, then this is the reason why we don't want to. He doesn't have that type of speedy wide receiver separation that I feel like we're looking at. And if you do look at his film, there's not a lot of moments where he has a bunch of separation on the defender by him. So, you know, I don't love the high end speed, but again, maybe this is just what the Panthers want to build for Bryce. They want to build the Monstars. They want a basketball team at wide receiver for them to just be able to big body and you know, their way downfield.
David Gettleman forced this big body. We have to get a big body receivers. He forced that down my throat. I was sick of it.
Me too.
Some of y'all got mental issues concerning big body. Now I'm being nice. I said mental issues. I didn't say attraction issues. But either way, y'all got that cause Steve Smith, when we drafted him, I remember people telling me he was too short to play wide receiver. And I remember people saying that, literally. And I argued with the guy where I worked at in North Carolina at the time that told me that little motherfucker's too short to play wide receiver. You'll see. I said, all right, I'll see. Well, a couple years later, I saw him. He didn't want to speak to me at all because he knows I asked him to tell his ass off. But, yeah. But nonetheless, and it took Steve Smith a couple years to develop really good. But nonetheless, I want to ask Cody and anybody else to answer. Is this is it allowed to draft receivers in other rounds?
Say it one time.
Is it allowed to draft wide receivers in other rounds?
I don't think so, Pickle.
Hey, real quick, how do you feel about Jimmy Horn for Colorado?
Receiver that could be available in the second or third round.
No, Pickle, I think that that's the rule is we have to draft a first round wide receiver in no other rounds.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Hey, but real quick,
Hey, I don't. Now hold on. I don't make the rules. I'm just saying. I believe that's what they are.
How do you feel about Jimmy Horn from Colorado?
That's a name I've been hearing a lot of buzz about too, Jimmy Horn.
Yeah, another guy that I look at.
I don't know a lot about it. So.
One guy that's a day two. He might be a day 2 pick. Is Jaden Higgins from Iowa State.
That I'll hear you out on. I like Jaden.
He's a guy that's the reason. He's one of the guys that makes me think like we could go if we want to go receiver and add to this receiver room. I'd rather go Tyler Warren to kind of give us another receiver in the first round. He'd probably be my guy if we got one that round. But then if we're gonna go actual receiver, I would say let's wait and get like a guy like Jaden Higgins at the end of round 2 or in round 3 because he's a pretty good player. I will say.
We have 2 4th-round picks.
Yeah, for sure.
3 round picks. Y'all know last year there was a couple good receivers went in the 4th and 5th round. Not to us.
Who was with 5th round, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, man, he got really rich for the receiver, man. You got Cool going goddamn 5. I mean, the 5th round.
Yeah.
We got Jalen Coco last year in the 5th round, I think. Or he undrafted, whatever. Yeah.
He was undrafted.
Man, good.
Jack Beck is another player that we could draft at receiver later on. Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond would actually fit what we're looking for too. He's a speedier kind of guy.
What about a guy named Baron Browning from Kentucky?
A lot of these dudes are, dude. There's a lot of risers too after the combine of players that really made a name for themselves. But the film is the king over all of it. As we get closer to the draft, I'll be doing some shows dedicated just to showing college prospects So be on the lookout for that, boys.
I mean, that guy I work with is one of the guys I work with is a big Titan fan, and he's slobbering all over himself to get Baron Browning in the 3rd round.
What position is he?
He's a receiver
Receiver
from Kentucky. I meant to look him up and I never did, but
at least mock draft. I'm not seeing him on mock draft database at all.
well, that doesn't surprise me. These mock drafts are all fake. I don't do mock drafts anymore unless I'm on a space or a group and everybody wants to. I'll do it with them, but I don't do it myself anymore.
Yeah. Well, boys, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm going to have to drop out a little early tonight. It's been a great free-for-all. I appreciate each and every single one of you for hanging out with me, man. I'm going to get everybody's final words, and then I'm going to be up out of here a little bit early. I hope everybody has a wonderful, safe weekend, and don't do nothing I wouldn't do, but that's not a very long list. So, Michael, I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for being back on the free-for-all. Give me your final words for the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me back on, Cody. You know, you were right. That's good. Take me off of my mind about my my dead grandmother who passed away this year. So,
yeah, sorry for your loss, brother.
Thank you for
Sorry
the
for your loss, man. R.I.P., man.
So, thank you.
Yeah, man. Anytime, brother. You're always welcome on the Friday free for all, man. Always. Yeah, man. Let me go to my man, Cedo 1983 TV, brother. You know we appreciate all the love you show us in the cat calls, every free for all. We appreciate you, bro. Give me your final thoughts for the show today, man.
Real quick before I give my thoughts, man, I want to give my condolences to my man that grandma just passed.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to my man, R.I.P. to your grandma. Like sometimes, like when the grandma die, like the family don't be the same no more or whatever. Like they keep.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Respect, you know, or whatever.
That is true. Whoa, we got some background noise here.
Somebody's mic is freaking out.
Pickle, is that you?
Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Normally I can do that and y'all don't hear it. That's odd. Oh, okay. Anyway, I have to check.
What was that?
No, that was a highlight of Baron Brown.
Oh, I don't know what.
Oh, was that the fans cheering?
Yeah, that was the guy screaming.
Oh, all right. Let me go to my man Cole.
Oh my bad. Oh my bad.
No, you're good. Cole, give me your final thoughts for the show today, man.
Another good Friday with the family. We'll have some more content going on next week, man. Looking forward to it. Y'all have a good night, man. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding. Evan, my brother, thank you for being on another free for all, man. Give me your final thoughts for the show tonight.
Yeah. Good show. A great show, I should say. And a lot of fun talking ball with you guys again. Always love coming on the show and coming on the spaces and talking ball, especially the draft. The draft and free agency is one of my favorite times of the year.
Yes, sir.
I love the season, but I also love draft season and the free agency. And this, I'm excited. It's going to be interesting. I mean, we're on the up right now. Hopefully we can make a push for the division this year. And this is just the start of the off season. We're only getting started. We still got the draft, and the draft's still a month and a half away. So we still got a lot to talk about, a lot of players to watch film on, and a lot more research to do on these guys.
That's
so make
it.
sure you keep tuning in.
Hey, that's it, Evan. We appreciate you, bro. Keep it tuned in right here to the C3 Panthers podcast for all your favorite Panthers sports news and discussions. Last but not least, Panther Pickle. Appreciate you once again, as always, brother. Give me your final thoughts for the free for all, and we're gonna get up out of here, man.
Y'all keep pounding, y'all. Let's remember, Panther fans are just like you. They have different opinions. Some of them just have different opinions. If you know, you don't have to, if you're right about something, you don't have to shove their nose in the ground. But you know. Enjoy discussions. All discussions don't have to end in arguments. And if you feel yourself going into an argument, I was in a good discussion the other day, and I started to get into argument, and I stopped and backed out of there because I don't want to argue. And then I could rejoin it later and have a good discussion. But y'all keep pounding. And remember, if you're a Falcon fan, if you see a Bucs fan or a Saint fan, tell them to shut the hell up, Buttercup.
Shut the hell up from the C3 Legion. My name is Cody Lashney. This has been another edition of the Friday Free for All. We will be back this Tuesday night at 9 p.m. for another edition of the C3 Panthers podcast. Unless there's some sort of breaking news that happens, if there is some sort of signing or whatever, I can go live. But overall, everybody have a very safe, happy, healthy weekend. And C3 Legion, until next time, keep pounding.